welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a drawing with the Ohuhu pastel set. So let's get into it. So this is the 48 set of the Ohuhu pastel brush markers, and I've actually had these since around June. I ordered them a long time ago and I use them all the time, but I figured I'd go ahead and do a video with them and just tell you guys how I feel about them, since that seems to be like a popular thing that people do. So yeah, let's get into it. I actually have an idea for a drawing I want to do already sketched out that I did digitally, so I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into my sketchbook right here and get started on it. Alright, so for this drawing I did Madoka and Homura from Madoka Magica. It's a magical girl series on Netflix and it's really good. I super recommend it. I like it a lot. It has one of the biggest twists I've ever experienced. I'm sure if you're watching this, you either saw the art and liked it, which thank you, or you've already seen this anime, but it's really good and I super recommend it. I put both Madoka and, I keep wanting to say her name wrong, Homura. I put them in these little computer boxes, like the windows, and I really like those, and I put some flowers that has some symbolic meaning next to them. At the end, I decorated it with some glitter and stickers and washi tape. So I really like the way it came out. I didn't finish lining on camera, but yeah, the sketching process was fun. All right, so I finished doing the sketch for this. It's of Madoka and Homaru from Madoka Magica. I'm kind of tired because I just walked up some stairs, but I'll probably end up finishing this tomorrow since I have an important test in the morning. But yeah, here's the sketch. I did like little computer windows with different flowers in them. They each have like their own meaning, so if you want to know that, feel free to Google it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for me, just like a little quick cut for you, and then I'll get to the line work. Alright, so it's the next day. I'm still wearing the same hoodie. Don't mention it. I'm about to start lining this, and then we'll get on to the color. And for the line art, I had a good time doing this as well. I didn't do all of it on camera just because it didn't all fit. I wanted to get my head real close to it. That way I could make like the best line art I possibly could. I really liked the way it came out. Doing like Madoka's fluffies, that was really fun, and I really liked doing the hair, of course. Hair is always so fun for me to draw. I ended up not finishing all of it on camera like I said, and I went and finished it off screen just so I could get my head in the way, but I had fun doing it. I messed up on Homura's eyes a couple times, but like the coloring really fixed that for me. I had fun doing that. And drawing Kyubi was fun. I forgot to do Madoka's bows on the side of her dress, and then one of Kyubi's rings, but I went back and I added those. I also just had like a hard time keeping it straight.
My name is JDMK.
Hey, be who you are, for your pride. Don't hide.
Since I was looking at it from an angle, and you do that most of the time when you draw anyways, but since I couldn't get super close to it, it was difficult, but I'm sure I'll get used to that with time. I had a really fun time doing this, just the line art. Coloring is my favorite part of the drawing process, so I'm surprised I had such a good time doing this, although it did feel like a bit of a chore during it. But looking back, I did really enjoy doing this. Alright, so I did like a bit of the line art. I'd say I'm nearly halfway through, but it's kind of rough because I can't get my face all in it, obviously, like for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna go and do that, and then I'll be back whenever it's finished. Alright, so I finished all the line work yesterday, and it's day 3 of recording now. So let's get into like the actual part of the video that you came for, I guess. I have 2 of my dogs in my room, so if they do anything or are loud. So these are the Ohuhu markers, the pastel set. I think I got it's the 48 set of the pastel Ohuhu markers. It cost around 36 USD. I'll put like different prices of different like other countries, like pounds and Canadian. But yeah, I bought these myself back whenever I was working in my old hometown, and I was making $8.50 an hour. So you can imagine that this was a pretty big investment, at least for me. I love markers, they're my favorite medium. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get started. I have like this back paper here that I'm gonna do swatches on just to get like the colors that I want. I started off with the skin tones on both the characters. That way I could just have like a feel for what I wanted. And then I went on to the clothes and the hair, I believe. I started with Madoka, and then I moved over to Homura after that. They were really fun to draw. Coloring is, like I said, my favorite part of the coloring process, or the drawing process, I mean. And that just like held itself to be self-evident. It was really fun to do. The colors are pretty limited because it's just the pastel set, but I really like the way everything came out at the end. Everything's really cohesive and I enjoy it a lot, especially since I had so many pink stickers to decorate with. I had some trouble with their hair and I did cheat. I used a black marker on Homura's hair just because I figured if like you or anyone else was drawing and they were doing it the same way I am, they could just fill that in with their line art pen, because I didn't like that the dark grays didn't contrast well enough with each other. And in hindsight, I probably should have just like started light and then went dark, because that's like the way you're supposed to do it. But I was a little impatient and I really wanted it to look like her like actual design. I also had some trouble with the pinks on Madoka. There's like a few pinks in the set. There's a lot more greens than I remember there being, but I was having a hard time finding contrast with that, and again, if I had worked lighter, it probably would have been better, and I do like the way it ended up looking in the end. I had a really good time doing this. Some of the colors are pretty dark compared to the others, like sand, and I'll put some swatches on the screen. See, like, there's two specifically that come to mind that are way darker than the rest, but, like, that's an oversight. Like, I can just look over that because all the rest of the markers are really pretty. I think that if you were to buy this set, I would have their, like, original brush marker set before this, or even, like, their nib ones. The ones that aren't pastel, just so this is, like, expanding your color library, I guess. Go over to normal Halen, and then I'll show you guys some pictures and my final thoughts. Alright, so I finished coloring. I'm gonna go in and clean some stuff up with these gel pens that I have, and I'll show you the finished drawing in just a minute. Alright, so here's the finished drawing. I had a lot of fun doing this, especially since I limited the color palette except for the black, which I kind of cheated on. I figured that if you had like a black liner or something, I'm sure I already talked about that. But yeah, this is the finished thing. I'm really proud of it and all the different flowers and stuff. I think it turned out really cute. And I liked, I added stickers and washi tape just to make it like more crowded, I guess. Alright, so my final thoughts. I think that the pastel set is really good if you already have their original, like, their vibrant colors that aren't pastel. I think it, like I said, it expands your, like, your color inventory or library or whatever, and it's really worth it. The colors are really pretty, and if you work in, like, specifically lighter colors, then maybe you would want the pastel set instead of the normal one. I know a lot of artists that just use pastels, and this would be really good for them. I really enjoyed using these, and I think they were worth my money. I do enjoy like Ohuhu as a brand, and when you first get the markers, they're really juicy and like not to the point where they spray everywhere, but just where it's really nice. They can fill the page really good. I really enjoy using these, and I know I will still use them in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!